have glass kit, an important caution is to never set the wand down so that the water can dribble back from here into the tube. If you start getting water into this inlet tube, it's going to have a tendency to clog it up when the media is trying to get through. And if it clogs up, it can get very, very hard. So what you want to do, if you see a little water dribbling back, you want to clear it out as quickly as possible. So when that happens, what you want to do is focus at an angle down like this. You want to seat the stake into the sand and start really pulling the trigger and working fresh media through. If you've got the right setup here, you'll be able to have enough pressure and power and suction that's going to clear out the wetness, and it's going to start drawing in the new, fresh, dry blast media. So remember, when you're working with these systems, to have the wand pointed down at an angle, because we don't want this water running back up into the tube. If you were to hold this upside down like this and at an angle like this, you're going to get a significant amount of water from the mixing chamber back into the hose, and you're going to clog everything up. So if needed, you can shorten up your wand and make sure that you're working at an angle approximately like this, and when you set down the tool, and if you set down the tool, that the water doesn't dribble down into the hose. So it's best when you set these things down to set them like this and to keep it going. And if it starts to get clogged, if you can see it starting to get a little bit of wet in here, then immediately turn on your machine and start flushing it out. Otherwise, you're going to have a bigger problem, and you're going to have to just clean it out another way. And one way to do that is with an air compressor blowing it out, but that's a lot of time and trouble for something you don't need to do. What I did notice is that when the media was being drawn out of the bucket, eventually it would suck all the media around the stake, and it would leave some air there, so it wasn't sucking media anymore. So all I had to do then is just kind of reorient the bucket and stick this in again. So right now, if I had a half a bag and I needed more to do, what I might do is just get another bag and pour it in so it's a little fuller. That'll make it easier to work with. What we do now to inspect the unit is we can back out the top part and we can have a look inside to make sure that all of the orifices and all of the cavities are clean. When it's brand new, obviously they're going to be clean. But after you use the system a few times, you're going to want to open this up and rinse them in water and clean it all out to make sure that the media is going to flow through the tube, the water is going to flow through the mixing valve, etc. What we don't want is any water to run back into the inlet tube. If we have water running back, then it takes a chance of clogging up the tube when the media's flowing through. So again, be sure and keep the nozzle in the upright position and not like this. So with this setup right now, we're basically ready to pour the media into a bucket, put the sand stake into the bucket, connect our hose, turn on the pressure washer, and start cleaning these tiles. In this particular case, what I've done here is I've chosen to split the hose in half so that we have a shorter hose. The reason for that is the shorter hose makes the draw of the media a lot more efficient and easier, so there's less chances of clogging and starting and stopping with the media flowing through it. Because this jacuzzi is only 6 feet across, I really don't need much hose. So because of that, I've just cut the hose in half, and I'm just going to use a shorter amount of hose to make the process a lot easier.